I'd like to introduce Dawn from England, who takes LDN for multiple sclerosis. Good morning, Dawn.
Morning.
Could you tell me when you first noticed MS symptoms?
It started about 2 years ago. It was not diagnosed 2 years ago, though, but I began to have numbness in my legs and sort of fatigue and weakness. And the symptoms got better. It was a reasonably short attack, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I was left with sort of reduced sensation in my hands, and it sort of stayed like that. And then everything sort of stabilised for about 2 years, and then I had a very severe attack earlier this year, which left me unable to walk, and I was quite severely affected.
Mm-hmm. And is that when you were diagnosed?
Yes,
Yeah.
at that point there wasn't really any doubt,
Yes. So what were your symptoms before you started LDN?
I had reduced vision in one eye, which was causing me a great deal of stress because I was very dizzy and I couldn't focus very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I also had before I started the LDN, I had got my the paralysis in my legs had worn off, but it was still, I didn't know how far it was going to, how quickly it was going to wear off or how permanent it would be.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to taking it, I had been completely bedbound for about a month, and
Mm-hmm.
also total loss of sensation from about the chest downwards and hands and arms. So it was quite bad.
So how was your bladder and your bowels? Did it affect that?
Luckily, just about all right, kind of skin of my teeth all right. So yeah, I did manage, thankfully.
And your energy levels, what were they like?
Oh, pretty low, and obviously, I've got 3 young children, and it was just very distressing to find myself sort of unable to look after them.
Mm-hmm. So at that time, if you'd had to have scored your quality of life on a score of 1 to 10, and 10 being the best, what would it have been?
Oh, it would have been about 2.
Right. So
being able to make it to the loo being the only reason for it not being a 1. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So how did you hear about LDN?
After I came out of hospital after diagnosis, I did what probably lots of people do. I just wanted to inform myself as much as possible about everything to do with MS. So I just began reading lots and lots of books about autoimmune disease and about LDN. And just during that search, I came across a book called Google LDN by Joseph Wook, and obviously I'd never heard of it, but I think I came across that book because he was an MS sufferer who had taken it. So I read the book, and I was only about halfway through it when I thought, I've got to try this because the options are so narrow, really, for all of us at the moment. And so that was what determined me to try and get hold of it.
So were you able to get your own GP to prescribe, or did you have to obtain a private prescription?
I didn't even bother with my GP for various reasons. But I think the week I decided, after I'd read the book and I decided I phoned up my GP on a Monday morning to make an appointment, and I was told the first time I could see my GP was Friday afternoon at 6 o'clock, and I just sort of threw my hands in the air and decided to go about it, because I didn't even know if they would say yes or no at that stage. And I haven't investigated whether my GP offered it or not, because it seems quite straightforward and easy and affordable to get it.
Okay. So when you first started, did you notice any introductory side effects?
No, nothing at all.
And how long did it take before you noticed any improvements?
It was really quick. I mean, I was obviously doing lots of other things for my own health at the same time, including sort of big changes to my diet and supplements, and I've been having a whole sort of string of alternative therapy. So it's difficult to tell what's actually helped me, but something has, and LDN, I feel, is a big part of what's improved my symptoms.
How long have you taken LDN for now?
I'm on my 3rd month now.
Okay.
So it's not very long.
So what benefits have you noticed, whether it's LDN or your diet? How is your MS now?
Just massively better. I mean, I can move. My mobility is 100%. There's nothing I can't do now. and my energy levels are a lot better. The only symptom and my eyesight is completely perfect again. The only symptom I have now is a reduced sensation, which is slowly wearing off. So I'm confident that it's going to completely return to normal again, as it did 2 years ago, although I'm maybe left with a few little pockets. But yeah, I feel like I'm very, very firmly on the road to recovery.
That's fantastic. So what would you say on that score of 1 to 10 your quality of life is now?
Now, about 8.
8,
yeah.
Okay. So you're managing to cope with your children now without too much problem?
I mean, I had to have a lot of help, obviously, during the difficult times, but now, no, my husband's gone back to work full time again, and I've been fine.
Oh, that is fantastic. What would you say to other people who are contemplating trying LDN but maybe a bit sceptical?
I just say try it if it works. You know, it's obviously it's had some remarkable effects for people in all sorts of different circumstances, and I just think it's just crazy not to try it. And the reason it's not widely available is not anything to do with it as an actual medicine. I think it's to do with the sort of politics behind it.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much for sharing your story with us, Dawn. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.